In this final passage, Fernando, I have read about how Dostoevsky really disagreed with the Russian radicals about three main things. In the second paragraph, the demand that reality be depicted as it is. That's dumb, according to Dostoevsky. In the first, second, third paragraph, what does it mean to be artistic? Well, Dostoevsky disagrees with the critics about that too. And in the final paragraph, does art need to be useful? Dostoevsky disagrees with the radicals about that. Answer choice E, Dostoevsky's position differs from the radical Russian critics with response to the nature of reality, the importance of formal aspects in a literary work, what does it mean to be art, and the utility, does art need to be useful? 21, we want an example of what Dostoevsky thought was artistic. Well, what did he say? He defined it thus in line 36. Artistic means that you possess the talent to express your thoughts in characters and images. A novel in which the author's thoughts are given substance through characters and events. Right out of the passage. So 22, it made sense. In 21, we're doing it out of order. But in 21, we're asked about the second point of disagreement. 22, we're asked about the first point of disagreement. We're probably going to get a question, oh yeah, look, there it is, question 23. I can see it, about the third point of disagreement. But right now we're on 22, which is about the first point. And the first point was that reality as it is for Dostoevsky, meaningless. Reality, in line 17, is necessarily shaped by the person who experienced it. Reality is not independent of the experience of individuals. 23, what does useful mean? I might point to line 43, the requirement that art must all be useful to people and society. I might point to the top of the passage. It has a right to exist in line 5 only if it finds its sources in concrete reality and it contributes to the creation of a new society. It should be, in other words, useful. I think you could derive your answer from either place equally well, but obviously we're talking about utility as affecting social change. Question 24 might have caught you a little off guard. It did me because the whole passage I've been discussing how Dostoevsky is engaging with the radicals, right? So it really seems like it's a passage about two groups of thought, but the author lays it out linearly for us. There are three positions. In line 3, one position is that art is high above the present and the everyday. Then the second is the radical view that it only has a right to exist if it's in concrete reality and it's useful. And then Dostoevsky has his third way. And the rest of the passage goes on really to do what we've been talking about all along, and that is distinguish Dostoevsky from the radicals. Three positions are presented, yes. And the third is differentiated from the second, from the radicals, in detail throughout the next 42 lines of text. 25, how would Dostoevsky have felt about the claim that art is high above the present and every day? He disagrees with that too, right? Dostoevsky takes the third position in line 10. He never doubted that reality was literature's crucial source. To say that literature is high above reality is incorrect because reality is the foundation of literature. For 26, what Dostoevsky says about literary goals is in line 34. For Dostoevsky, only fully realized artistic works can fulfill their goals. So if the goal of an artistic work is a particular political view, only a fully realized work can do that. What does it mean to be fully realized? Well, it means, quite simply, line 40, the ability to write well. Only something that is well written is fully realized. Only something that is fully realized can achieve its goals. So if you want to achieve the goal of a particular political view, you gotta write well. And there's your answer, choice A. Finally, for question 27, we know that Dostoevsky would soften somewhat if critics would recognize the significance of artistic merit because he says in line 29, a literary work must stand or fall on its artistic merit. So if they would submit, if they would, concede is the word I was looking for. If they would concede that artistic merit is important, that would thaw Dostoevsky, at least on this point. And we know that because that is Dostoevsky's point. If they would recognize the full significance of artistic merit, then he would soften at least some. And that finishes this passage, and that finishes this section, and that finishes this test. So here's the deal with these free videos. They're intended to serve a very narrow purpose. For those times when you're wondering, why is that the right answer? You can just come here for a complete library and find out why it was the right answer. And I hope that you'll find that it was very instructive. Of course, the other part of the deal is that since LSAC publishes all of their tests along with test keys, that means that there's no barrier to entry for test prep. And you can hear the air quotes, I hope. Anybody can, and lots of people have, set up shop and called themselves test prep companies, and they've got the questions, they've got the answer keys, and they just try to explain to you why the right answer is right. And then they charge you money for it? That is wrong. I want to put a stop to it. I want to sweep the legs right out from under them. It is bad for you. It's bad for me too. So if you want to know what the right answer is and why the right answer is right, I want you to be able to come here and find it out for free without paying anybody for it. That's very different from what I do in the paid course. What I think has value about what I do is that I can tell you ahead of time what every question wants from you, what to expect from the right answer, how to formulate a right answer, and then how you can expect wrong answers to sound, so that you know before you ever open up a test book exactly what to expect. And all the practice videos that are part of the paid course are just me putting that theory into practice. It's just the rubber meeting the road. In other words, I'm going to show you, based on what we've done before, how we're going to react when it comes up next time. And that bit, knowing what to do the next time you see something, that I think is worth paying for. And if you agree, I'd love to have you in the course. And if not, that's fine too. Don't pay anybody to explain why right answers are right. Just watch these for free. Enjoy.